Metal Jacket came out in 1987 and was directed by Stanley Kubrick, and is currently known today as one of the biggest and most effective war movies ever made. And in this film, the story revolves around a group of men who are trained in a military boot camp in the first half of the movie by their very strict and harsh sergeant, while in the second half of the movie, Private Joker is covering for his men in the Vietnam War, and many things start to hit the fan from there. And it doesn't end up too well for these men. I absolutely am a humongous fan of Stanley Kubrick. He is my favorite director of all time. I love The Shining. I think it's a very excellent horror movie that I don't believe any other film, besides a couple of horror films, would be able to match it. It's extremely unique, it's well directed, and it has many things going for it. 2001: A Space Odyssey is another one of my all-time favorite films, along with A Clockwork Orange. All three of those are masterpieces from Stanley Kubrick, and it's not just those three films, but all of Stanley Kubrick's films are absolutely amazing. And Stanley Kubrick is definitely one of the few directors that knows what his audience wants, and that's exactly what I love out of this director. Full Metal Jacket is another one of his best movies. This is one of my all-time favorites. Full Metal Jacket has such a unique meaning and presence to it throughout the entire runtime of the film. And yes, there are maybe some people who will watch Full Metal Jacket and appreciate the shown meanings of this film and might not understand some of the hidden meanings of Full Metal Jacket, but still come to appreciate and love this film as more viewings go on. And I say hidden meanings, I even say some hidden meanings too, because Stanley Kubrick is known for making a ton of films that lead you with so many questions through the ending of the movie. And you don't necessarily know what you just saw, but you know you want to see it again. And that's the genius of Stanley Kubrick and all of his films that he's made. Full Metal Jacket is a gorgeous looking film from opening shot to the final one. This film doesn't have a technical flaw in it in regards to direction. The directing in this film is amazing. It is absolutely astonishing. The camera work is fantastic. And when I say the direction is flawless, this entire film is flawless too. I absolutely love everything in this movie. The performances are absolutely unbelievable in this film, throughout the first and second half of the movie. Now let's talk about R. Lee Ermey in this film. Phenomenal in this film. He is absolutely phenomenal, and rest in peace. It's so sad that he passed away last year. Fantastic actor and will be heavenly missed. He is absolutely great as Sergeant Hartman in this film. And his performance throughout the first half of the movie towards his men is absolutely enthralling to watch. Let's talk about Vincent D'Onofrio. Absolutely great in this film. His performance is one of the things that makes this film so unforgettable. Because as we see his character of Private Pyle in the first half of the movie, his experience through the military boot camp is horrifying, actually. It's terrifying. It's actually pretty scary. And we can relate to this character's experience. And how hardly anyone has his back. Hardly. And it's understandable because in a real life world, no one would really have your back in these kind of situations, especially in a military boot camp. And it's actually kind of sad. But let's talk about this scene that absolutely sends chills down my spine. And this is technically going to be a spoiler, so if you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket, check out this movie and come back to this review. It's where Private Pyle sits in the men's restroom, and he's absolutely torn. He is torn by this entire his entire experience. He is going through a horrible breakdown. He's done. And as he's holding the rifle in his arm, and Joker walks in, and he gives Joker this horrifying stare. You can tell that he's been through a lot of crap. And then Private Pyle starts mocking the commands of the rifle and how to move it. And then Sergeant Hartman walks in the bathroom. And then Pyle shoots Hartman with the rifle. And then kills himself. That's honestly an unforgettable scene. And it always sends chills down my spine. And that's something you don't really see in war movies often, really. And I thought it was kind of ballsy for Stanley Kubrick to actually, do something like this. I thought it was kind of great. I actually loved it, but it was really ballsy. And when I say that, I mean it was risky, but in a very good way, because it's such an unforgettable scene in an unforgettable movie. One of the most interesting things that surround Full Metal Jacket is the meaning of it and how all of these men were born to cause destruction towards their enemies. And seeing that through these performances is absolutely amazing. And it's something I've almost never really seen out of a war movie. I mean, I guess maybe some other war movies might follow a similar formula, but considering this is a Stanley Kubrick film, and Stanley Kubrick always delivers an extremely unique presence to all of his films, you can watch Full Metal Jacket and automatically think that this is almost nothing you've ever really seen before out of a war movie or anything in general. And it's honestly absolutely jaw-breaking on how well made this movie was. The concluding moments of Full Metal Jacket are absolutely heart-pounding. They get really intense very quickly. A lot of things start to happen. And without any spoilers, you can instantly tell what Stanley Kubrick is doing with his direction. You can instantly tell. And you can absolutely appreciate everything. Not just everything that's in that scene, everything that's in the film. And the concluding moments of Full Metal Jacket are absolutely thrilling and suspenseful and intense, and they're filled with so much drama. And that's something that I think every movie nerd should give praise to. Guys, I really don't have to say more about this movie. Full Metal Jacket is one of my all-time favorites. It's a classic. This film is definitely up there in one of the best war movies. And it's definitely one of Stanley Kubrick's best, without a doubt. This is a film that delivers an extremely unique presence from every viewing from the audience and will never stop delivering it. Just like Stanley Kubrick's other films, The Shining, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Doctor Strangelove, Eyes Wide Shut, and etc. This film is easily one of his best films. Full Metal Jacket gets an A+. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I want to thank you guys also for helping me hit 500 subscribers. This was actually my 500 subscriber special, yes, and the reason why I wanted to do this review is because this is currently my most requested movie to review on my channel. If you don't know, I have been having people send me reviews that I should do through email and stuff like that, and the majority of my viewers know that my favorite director is Stanley Kubrick, so they've been asking me to review Full Metal Jacket, and here I am. And also, look forward to my next review of another war movie. I want to review one of my favorite movies ever, Apocalypse Now. Can't wait to tell you my personal thoughts on that movie. And also look forward to the Aquaman movie review. I'm sorry that the movie review is late, but I'm currently busy doing many things, so I will promise you the Aquaman movie review will be up on the internet. You just have to wait just a little bit more. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review, and thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. You guys are the best. I love every single one of you. Look forward to more reviews that will be coming very soon. And as always, I am Mario Fan 520, and I will see you next time. Peace out, and Happy New Year.